Just got out of Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I honestly think this is the best Spider-Man movie of the Tom Holland era. It's full of emotion, conflict, and everything that makes a Spider-Man such an awesome character. The story picks up after the spell, where everyone has forgotten Peter Parker's true identity. People still know and love Spider-Man, but they no longer know who's behind the mask. That means Peter is no longer a threat to the people he cares about the most, but that protection comes at a heavy personal cost. One thing I loved was how the movie got us up to speed. Instead of relying on a montage or rushing through everything, it naturally catches us up to speed on Peter's life after the spell. While MJ and Ned are off living their college lives, Peter is left watching from a distance through social media while dedicating himself to being Spider-Man. You can feel how lonely his life has become. He wants to move forward, but he's still carrying the weight of everything he's lost. That's why Spider-Man has always been such a great superhero. He's superhuman, but at the same time, he's incredibly superhuman. The movie leans heavily into Peter's vulnerability, and I think that's one of its biggest strengths. There are a lot of traumatic events throughout the film, and they definitely pull at your heartstrings. I think they absolutely nailed the emotional side of this movie. One of the craziest moments in this movie is when Bruce is transforming into the Hulk and says, "No Banner, no girl, just Hulk." What an incredible moment. That scene alone helps separate this movie from the previous Tom Holland Spider-Man films. I also think that the movie did a great job of making you feel immersed. Some of the web swinging sequences almost felt like you were playing a Spider-Man video game. I can only imagine how those early swinging scenes would look in 3D because they'd probably be incredible. The conflict throughout the movie was really engaging. Spider-Man is dealing with an unknown threat, a biological warfare, and trying to protect the people around him all at the same time. It felt like he constantly had the weight of the world on his shoulders. More importantly, this felt like the most mature version of Tom Holland's Spider-Man we've seen. This is the adult Spider-Man many of us grew up reading in the comics and watching in the cartoons. Now that Peter has matured, it feels like Marvel can finally start telling some darker, more mature stories. Seeing him team up with the Punisher was a perfect example of that. It's a huge contrast from the mentor relationship he had with Iron Man earlier in his journey. If I had to nitpick, I honestly wish there were a few more superhero appearances. It was great seeing the Punisher, but I kept expecting Daredevil to show up, especially near the end when things looked like they were falling apart for Spider-Man. I was convinced someone was about to step in and help. Even so, there aren't really many negatives I could point to. This easily ranks among my favorite Spider-Man movie. Overall, I'm giving Spider-Man Brand New Day a 9 out of 10. I highly recommend checking it out. Although, let's be honest, everyone is probably going to see this one anyway. Alright, y'all, that's all I got for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the review. Let me know what you thought of the movie. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.